much for clicking on this video. Hope you're having an awesome day. Thanks for taking some time every day to hang out with me. Today's video I'm super excited because it's a collab video with Jess Gus, Karen Ann MUA, Unfiltered 50s, and Becca's Beauty channel. We are going to be testing out the new Orgy palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. There's going to be a twist on my video because I'm going to be comparing it to the Bare Necessities palette by Colourpop. This was my original video idea before Jess had reached out to me to do a collab with this palette. I will leave my collabs playlist to watch previous collabs, and if you're visiting from any of their channels, welcome. Thank you so much for checking me out. I hope you subscribe and give this video a like before you leave. With this palette being a brand new release, I wanted to do a comparison video for you guys. This was the first palette that came to my mind when I saw the release. This is what the Orgy palette looks like. This is what the Bare Necessities palette looks like, and the two palettes side by side. At a first glance between both palettes, the Orgy palette is all matte, whereas the Bare Necessity palette has some shimmers to it. It's also a little bit more warmer, while the Orgy palette looks more of like a foundation range. Both palettes contain 30 shades, so I'm gonna swatch each row. JSC is gonna be on top, and then Colourpop is gonna be on the bottom. I'm Shy Vanilla Latex Implant. Teach Me Silk Robe Seduction. Looking at these shades, they look very similar to each other. I really only see much of a difference between Teach Me and Silk Robe. Teach Me has more of a yellow undertone, and then Silk Robe has more of a peach undertone. Idle Hour in the Buff Silk Teddy. On Holiday Rumored Banter. Here are comparison swatches of the top row between both palettes. Voyeurism Fluffer Blowout. Gender Fluid Body Better Floor. Full Expose Tease Me The Talk. Hustler Complicated Crack On. And here are the second row comparison swatches. Knee Pads Safe Sex Top. Bottom Versatile Colingus. Hot Gossip All For You Designer Duds. Spree Active Fool Cufflinks. And these are the third row comparison swatches. Craving Chocolate All Night Body Chills. Booby Trap Invitation Only Scorpio. Hot Fuzzy Tabloid. Genie Taboo Dutch Process. These are the fourth row comparison swatches. Money Shot Explicit Happy Ending. Orgy I'm Close Glory Hole. Velveteen Pricks Fix Stiletto. Revel Bubbles Spyglass. And these are the bottom row comparison swatches. Overall, swatching both palettes, I think both palettes felt like their usual typical quality. Both formulas are really nice and creamy. Every shade had pigment all the way through. Just swatching both palettes, if I had to choose just one, I definitely would go with the Bare Necessities. It offers a little bit more. I definitely feel more inspired looking at the palette and definitely by swatching it, where I feel like I'm gonna run into some issues just trying to have some dimension to my looks, because in Orgy a lot of the shades definitely look the same, and it's also all matte, and a girl loves her shimmers, especially in the inner corners, so I definitely find that going to be an issue. There was also a mini Orgy palette that had 9 more shimmer metallic-y foily shades, which I felt like those should have just been incorporated into the main palette from the start. I have been sitting here for like a good 5 minutes staring at this palette, and I have no inspiration on creating a look. So I'm thinking about taking it one step further and doing one eye with JSC and then one eye with ColourPop. Maybe then I'll start feeling some creative juices. I just feel stuck looking at this palette. I'm gonna start off with the shade Booby Trap. Booby Trap has a lot of kick up. Really gotta blend this out. Just really wanted to stick right there, right where I pressed. Luckily, there's a lot of shades in this palette that's going to help clean up this messy crease application that I have going on right now. I think that is good enough. I'm just cleaning off this brush so I can use the same one for Bare Necessities. And I'm gonna go in with Tabloid. I'm hoping that's going to be a good shade match. That's a little bit more red. This shade also has its fair share of kick up as well. Blending out a little bit more effortless. I really had to work for Booby Trap. I'm going to take the shade Top to help clean this up a bit. Kick up galore. I think that's what both of these palettes have in common. I'm just going out on the outer edges. Try to help diffuse it a bit because it was looking quite messy. And then Hot Gossip for the other eye. This eye actually really doesn't need it because I liked how it blended out. I'm gonna take Orgy for the outer V. To round out and up a little bit into the crease. And then Taboo for the other eye. We definitely need to spice up this look a little bit more, so I'm going to be dipping into just Bare Necessities on both eyes to take a shimmer, and I think I'm going to take Pix Fricks right here. Like, I just feel like a shimmer right away. Already making this look a little bit better. And then just going back in with the outer V shades to make sure that the two are nice and blended together. For eyeliner, I am taking the Enemies of JSC using the Morphe liquid eyeliner on the lid and the KVD Cake Liner for my waterline. For inner corner highlight, I'm going to take Silk Teddy on both eyes. When I do neutral looks, I don't really smoke out the lower lash line, so I'm just going to add a pop into the inner corners before we add lashes and mascara. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe I will take, it's gonna look really dark if I take the shade that I took with the outer V, YOLO. Just very lightly, I guess. I'm going to take the ColourPop lashes in the style Honey using my Ardell Duo Quick Adhesive and then the Fenty Beauty mascara to blend in my natural lashes with the falsies. I'm going to take my Tarte Tarte's Pro Glow palette to bronze, blush, and highlight. And then for lips, I'm going to take the ColourPop Bullet Lipstick in the shade On Display. and setting the face with the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. Between these two palettes, I definitely have to give it to the Colourpop Bare Necessities. It just has a lot more to offer in my opinion. I just felt like the look wouldn't have been complete without like the inner corner highlight or some shimmer on the lid, and that's something that this palette can provide than this one without having to go spend an extra $30 on the mini palette. I also felt like this palette was just easier to blend out. I think it looks a little bit more cohesive, whereas this side with Orgy looks a little bit more harsh. I used the same exact brushes. They were both primed with the same primer on the eyes, so all the factors were the same except brand and formula. Also, this palette is about half the cost and you get the same number of shades. The other caveat is that these pan sizes are smaller. I would love to know if you picked up this new release or did you skip on it, and do you already own the Bare Necessities palette? How was your experience with both of the palettes? And don't forget to check out everyone else's looks. I know I'm really excited to see what Jess, Karen, Jeannie, and Becca came up with their looks and what their thoughts and experience was on this palette. I just wanted to thank them again for inviting me to do this collab. I had a lot of fun. Their links will be in the description box below to check out their videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and if you don't, I appreciate your view anyways, and I'll see you in the next video.